read somewhere that orange is the color of courage. So are you feeling brave today? So what does orange mean to you? How does this color make you feel? It's a beautiful color. It's almost red, but it's not red. It's not as brash as red. It's softer, warmer, like the warmth of a fire, the way it can engulf you and make you feel, how does it make you feel? To me, the beauty of orange is most deeply felt in the sunset. Definitely not the sunrise, because I don't do mornings well. But the sunset with that beautiful glow and the depth of the color and the warmth, the satisfaction of the day that's done and the hope of tomorrow, I'm just loving it. So let's jump in and create some jelly prints based on the theme of sunset colors and head off into our fabulous exploration of creating 8 collages in this beautiful theme. Yippee! I hope you're going to join me. Could get messy, but you know it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Okay, I'm very excited because we're going to just jump straight in to doing some jelly printing because I need some sunset prints. The beautiful orange to me is like glorious sunset. Now I say sunset because I'm not up early enough for sunrise. So it's a sunset to me, beautiful orange tones. So what I put on the plate, my brand new, still brand new, awesome, beautiful, bigger plate. I've got some quinachrome nickel ozo gold. Yes, beautiful. I then threw on some quinachrome violet, and I also have some of the quin crimson as well in the golden. Besides that, I have some beautiful soft body Liquitex, which I haven't tried before. That'll be fun. Pretty keen for that. And oh my gosh, pretty excited. I also have some spray inks that I'm going to splash around. This one is called Liquid Sunshine. I mean, come on, look at that. Looking awesome. So I'm going to just make a couple, I say a couple, like as if. I'm going to just do a couple of gel prints. Now, my plate is brand new, spanking. I think I've only had one printing session on it since I got it. So if it's funky, that's why, because she's brand new, baby, and I'm loving it. See, that's why I wanted to get a new one, so I could fill up the whole piece of paper with glorious color. Oh, I just love that. So I'm just throwing the paint on, and I want to make some beautiful sunset colored prints to start with our collages this week. I'm pretty excited for the beautiful colors. That is just glorious. Look at that. Beautiful. Like I said, my plate's a little funky because it's brand new, so we got to give it a bit of a warm up. But all of these prints, even if they look a bit dumb like this one at the moment, makes fabulous background prints. So keep everything that even looks a bit funky, because seriously, especially when you're collaging, you can use them for all sorts of things. Now, this is calligraphy paper. I also have some Chinese rice paper here, and I have some white tissue. They're the 3 papers I'm just going to grab in a frenzy and use. And we're just going to create a few prints, have a bit of fun, splash some paint around, and see how we go. Yay. So again, I'm just doing those same 3 colors. Had some white, some of the beautiful crimson, and the glorious Ozo gold. Oh, yes. Just creating some beautiful colors to make some prints for collage. Yay. I love the way this bigger size plate takes all the color. on the whole piece of paper. I think that's so beautiful. Oh, I'm just basking in the glory of my sunset. I love these colors. They're absolutely fabulous. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're getting better. We're getting better. That is beautiful, but you know, it's a little hard edged there, so we have to have a little bit of a spray. I've got some of this. Check this out. Oh, Eyes Ink Gold Mine. Baby, I struck it gold. My shimmer spray is running out, so, oh, yes. Have a look at that. That's Gold Mine. Oh, my gosh. That is fantastic. I know, a few hundred prints later, and I'll start collaging. I'm going to try some of this soft body. Oh, that's pretty nice. That is unbleached titanium. Yes, that's got to be good for you. Oops, that is quinachrome red. Nice. See, same. Ooh, yes. Iridescent antique gold. Come on. As you can see, I'm not rolling off very well, and I'm just going to create in a bit of a mad frenzy because that is fun. Oh, yes. We're creating beautiful sunset colors. It doesn't really matter how it comes out in the mix because we're making collage paper. So, you know, have a bit of fun. Don't get stressed out with it all. Oh, look at that. What about we put on some... I know, right? You can tell as soon as I start giggling, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I just sprayed on some of the pomegranate, which you saw last week's a crazy color. And now a bit of Gold Mine. Oh, love it so much. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Oh, wow. Look at that glorious color. Oh, yes. That's more like it. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, so I'll just do one more because I'm basically doing the same thing. Putting on beautiful colors, pulling glorious prints that look like the sunset. So I'm going to probably do another 20 until I can't actually move in my studio. And then when everything's dried, we'll find all the other beautiful orange pieces of paper and we'll do a collages because, you know, we've got 8 to do. We've got to get moving. Can't sit here playing with the paint all day. Oh, man, this is fun. So roll your paint on, give it a spray. Or you can take your print and then take your paper off and spray your spray inks on it as well. So, you know, there's not one way. Don't stress out if you think you haven't done it right because there's so many ways to create. Oh, look at that. Beautiful collage papers with paint and your gel plate. See, glorious. And if it's not enough bling, baby, just add some more. Gold Mine. Oh, this is my new one. It came like this week. Oh, it's fantastic. Just as well it came in time for orange. So I'm going to do a couple more prints until I back myself into a corner and I can't move. And then when they're all dry, we'll get everything together for our fabulous collage. Yay! Week 5. Yippee! Orange. Right, so I just moved off the gel plate because I'm still in a creative frenzy making papers for my glorious orange theme. This is transparent burnt sienna. Making sure I've got the right name this time. I called it something different last time. So I've just thrown it on my tissue, just plain ordinary tissue paper, and now it's going to bleed out and run everywhere as I've splashed it with water, which is one of my most favorite ways of creating collage paper. I just thought I'd add some of these glorious spray inks and show you the colors. This one's pomegranate. I used that last week with my red theme. This one is Wild Rose. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my gosh. That's some serious pink. That's fun, but right? And then, these are the Eyes inks. This is the Dilutions. And that's Post Box Red. Oh, yes, it is. And then there's, why have one when you can have all of them? This is the Tim Holtz spray. It's Antique Bronze. That's got to be nice, right? Well, can't see much of that. Maybe it'll come up better as it dries. Oh, yeah, it's like look. It's like the shimmering gold. Oh, that's nice. Which has run out. Sadness. We've run out of shimmering gold. This one is the Pure Sunshine. Oh, yes, it is. That is just glorious. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. So that's fun. So what I then do is, if you spray your tissue with water, the glorious inks will then spread and seep out to the edges. Make sure you've got it on plastic or something that you can then peel it off once it's dry. You can't move it till it's dry, of course, but that's some serious fun, and that's going to work well for my beautiful orange theme. Okay, all right, I'll stop splashing paint around. Let the stuff dry so we can get on and collage. Yay, my fabulous sunset jelly prints have dried, and look how beautiful they are. There's those lovely colors I showed you. This one obviously had some of the gold mine spray. Oh my gosh, it seriously is a gold mine. Even finding that spray is a gold mine. Look how glorious these papers are. These are the jelly prints. Yay, this one was on the tissue. Looks like a beautiful sunset. Yes, it does. Woohoo, love it. And then, of course, I did the tissue. This was the one I put the ink on the tissue and sprayed it with water. Look how glorious these colors are. And what I love about using the white tissue is it's so soft. It's so easy to collage. It's fantastic. That one looks beautiful. This one looks just as gorgeous, and you can see a little bit of spray gold on this one as well. Oh, just loving these colors, loving these inks. Of course, I couldn't just leave it there. I had to pull out that fabulous gold ink from Amazon, splashed it around with my glorious pastry brush. That was on one of my sunset jelly prints. It's beautiful. That will definitely get used in this series. There's another one. Why make one when you can make so many? It's fantastic. And then, of course, I put some beautiful text, my favorite script stencil, on some of the sunset prints. Look how glorious that looks. I love this one where you can just see sections of the script. This one I covered it entirely. That looks cool too. Oh, this one's on the tissue. Look how nice that looks. The tissue kind of printed a little weird because it was, I think, the first or second pull, but it all looks fabulous for texture in your collages. So don't stress out if something doesn't work perfectly, because you'll be able to use it for something else, or you can add some more color on it or add another layer. Yay! So I think I probably have enough papers to start my orange theme, because I haven't even pulled all of the ones out of my boxes yet. So you know what happens when that happens. It's overwhelming. I won't overwhelm you. We're just going to get stuck into the collages, and I think I'm going to use this page first because I really like it. I like the colors, I love the shades of the different orange tones, and I love the script on top. Okay, you convinced me. I'm going to start with this one on one side, and I think, yes, let's put some of this gorgeous, glamorous colored tissue on the other side. And now I'll just find some bits to add to it. Yay! Here we go with our fabulous orange collection. Yippee! Well, of course, I ended up with more orange bits and pieces than I thought I would have. Look at these glorious pieces from out of my boxes. I don't know why I didn't think I had too many, but I seem to have a few. So that's pretty exciting. And then I've got these ones that I sprayed with some eye inks because, you know, I needed a bit more gold. I didn't quite have enough. So, you know, once you start looking, I think you realize I actually do have a few pieces in that colouring. And it'll be okay. It'll work fine. That looks pretty cool. I have to use that. I might not use it first, but I'm going to have to use it, so I need to keep it close. Look at that. That is paper that I've drowned in ink. That's stunning too. Love that. Now I want to start with this. Do you know that we're up to, well, I'm up to collage 31. Yes, my book's not even halfway and it's already really fat. That's because it's very textured. I'm definitely going to go with this piece. I just love it. And then I was thinking, last night I was painting some of these glorious roses in preparation. That's the honey of the eye inks. This one is the tea. Beautiful. And then, of course, I've got some glorious gold. Handmade Roses, the paper is called off camipaper.com.au. If you're in America and you're looking at the Mulberry Papers website, it's called Whimsy, I think. And these are the coffee ones. Aren't they beautiful? They just come up so well with a little bit of eye ink spray. But also what was really fascinating was I was spraying them on rice paper. So I used the Chinese rice paper to take my gel prints and see the impression that it made when I put it on and sprayed it. That's what I was doing, right? And then it left that impression. And then I sprayed the whole piece of paper with the tea. Look how cool that looks. That looks so cool. So if you're spraying things like this, make sure you're spraying on paper that you can then use in your collage, because, you know, you don't want to waste any of this ink. It costs so much. So that's another one. I put down the beautiful roses, and then I sprayed it with the eye inks, and then I sprayed the paper, and it's really cool. It's a great overspray paper that I am definitely going to use one of these for one of these pages because I think that looks really cool. Anyway, let's get moving. I've got some of these. I'm definitely going to have to use one of them or some of them on this page. I think I might just put this down right there because I love that shape of the text there. I think that shape looks really cool. And then I'm going to put which color. I think either one will work. Yeah, let's stick it down then decide. Either one of these. Either that one, or that one. I'm liking that one because it's a bit raggedy. I'm feeling a bit raggedy today. That's my option at the moment. So that's that page. What are we going to put on this side? I'm really liking this piece of beautiful tissue. I'm loving that. So I think what I'm going to do is start with this section. I'm going to not stick it in my matte medium. I'm going to, I think, put it on like that there with these beautiful shades of orange and gold. And then I'm going to decide what I'm going to put on it. What do I want to put with it? I did pull out some pretty cool pieces from my scrap box. So I just need to decide which of those cool pieces I want to put on it. Righto, so I'm going to glue that down. And then we're going to decide what we're doing on top of that piece. Okay, so the backgrounds are down, wet, but down. I love this tissue, painted tissue. It's one of my favorite ways of making collage paper because you can make it any color you want. And this was a particularly cheap tissue from the dollar store. So, you know, win-win. Yay, looks fabulous. So this is working well with my beautiful jelly print, and one of my favorite stencils is one of Julie's one. I think it's called Believe Script. I just love it. You can't really work out what it's saying. To me, it's just a fabulous texture, and it works really well on top of my sunset. Yay! So we might definitely put in one of these. Yes, I am. I'm doing it. I think I'm going to go with the honey. I'm a bit stuck on the honey. Okay, honey. Now, what are we doing over this side? Oh, there's so many possibilities. Yes, I did rummage through my scrap bags and pulled out so many beautiful bits and pieces in the right colorings. That would work. I'm thinking of just adding some multiple layers of things. Look at this paper. Don't ask me where it came from. It came from, I had no idea. It's been in my scrap bag for years. You know, this exercise is really beautiful for pulling out stuff that you haven't used in like however long, who knows when. It's a great way of pulling out stuff that you have tucked away that needs to see the light of day, like this piece of paper. That's cool. That works. That color's okay. So we need something on the top there. If we're going to go with this idea, I'm liking the textures. I'm feeling like I'm wanting the textures right now, but we need a pop of orange of some description on there. Or what about if we pull out a section of this beautiful sunset jelly print with the glorious gold on it. I love the way these patterns make fantastic elements in collage when you tear them out like this. Yay! Look how fabulous that looks. So we could trim this edge here and down the side. Yeah, I'm liking this idea. We'll see if I like it once I'm finished tearing it to pieces. Righto. What do you think about this idea? That's pretty nice shape. Look at that. That's the brush. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. We could put that right there on top as a beautiful element to finish these layers. I don't mind the idea. It's an option. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. Righto. Well, we have to pull the center bit out of here because I want to see the text coming through. I don't want as much of this. I might take out that whole piece there, actually. You know, I could probably put it on the other side. There's an idea. So if we take it out of here, like that, I mean, that tore rather beautifully. Look, that's rather a perfect little circle going on there. Oh, yes. That's fantastic. I love that. I love it when it works. What do you think about this pile up? I really like it. I like the idea of it. Not sure how it's going to look once I glue it down, but I'm liking it at the moment. Yeah, I'm doing it. And then this goes this way over here like that. It's a little manky, this one. But I don't mind manky. I can live with manky. Something like that. Does it need anything else under it? You know, it might. What about, what about if we put a little bit of the beautiful aubergine paper from the scrap box? What about if we put a little bit of that underneath it? So it sits on something solid, just gives it a bit of a base. Yes. What do you think? I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think I could live with that. That looks pretty cool. I'm liking this. All right. That aubergine's going to sit real well with that bright orange under there. That looks really cool. I'm loving that. That piece is fun. What I love about challenging yourself with something like this is that it expands your creativity. So you're going to try things you wouldn't normally do. You might try different color schemes that you wouldn't normally try. And that's really good for you. Even if you hate it, it's still good for your creativity to keep developing and keep trying new things. You don't always love everything you create, and that's okay. Sometimes, for whatever reason, things just don't work out how you imagined in your mind it was going to. And it's like that for all of us. That's just how it goes. That's the creative process. But if you're worried that it's not going to work or you don't like it, then you won't end up creating anything. And you also won't discover new amazing things that you like. So, give yourself a break, man. Seriously. Life's too serious to be that serious. Just create. If it doesn't work, fix it, change it, create over it. Add something else to it. Allow yourself just to freely try ideas, even if it doesn't work out exactly how you want. Because you will learn and you will get better. And you'll surprise yourself even in the development of what you're working on. Some days you'll just go, man, that's awesome. If I hadn't have tried it, I wouldn't have known that I like that so much. And some days you go, yeah, that's not so great. But that's okay too, because that's how you learn. Now, do I want to stick all these things down? I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be 100% happy with this idea, but I'm just wanting to try the different layers and see where we end up, because I'll just change it if I don't like it. It'll be okay. I do like the way this beautiful aubergine paper is so lacy, and the colors come through it, which are rather incredible. This orange, reddy orange really, that I threw the inks on the tissue, looks amazing. The color is so intense. Look at the texture of this paper. It's just crazy. Right now, I'm just loving texture. I don't know, man. It's all very tactile. If it's too kind of dark and uninteresting, I can always spray it with gold, right? We can always pull out the bling. It's all about having some fun, being in this moment, enjoying the beautiful colors and textures and the art supplies that we've got. Yay. I think that's fun, using the middle piece that I pulled out of that piece. That's fun. I like that. Right, now are we happy with these shapes and colors? I suppose we won't really know until it dries. I've got a bit of a hole there. I don't know if I'm happy with that hole. So here's another beautiful piece with some glorious orange that I pulled out of my scrap bag. What about if we punch a circle out of that with my U-Butte 2-inch hole punch? That's pretty nice. Nice colours. Look at those colours. See it in the light. That could work. Well, it's got the same colour as the aubergine paper. That's working. I know I did take quite a big section of that out, which is okay because it looks cool there once that dries. What about we add one of my symbols of happiness? I think it is. The paper is from Thailand and it's called happiness, so I'm figuring that the symbol is happiness, right? That's not too much of a stretch. Oh yes, that finished it beautiful. Okay, I'm loving it. We're sticking those bits down and then we'll let it dry. Okay, these pages are dry enough. Not entirely, but almost. Anyway, dry enough to have a little trim and a tidy up, and they're looking pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. There's my sunset background with my text and my beautiful textured elements of collage. Oh, you've just got to love collage. It's so much fun. And this side with my beautiful colored tissue background and the fabulous papers from my scrapbox. I did put a little bit of a shimmer spray on there, but it's not shimmering overly because it's the bottom of the bottle. And so sad. I don't know if that's got any shimmer left. It's just spray. So whatever. That became quite transparent, which is really cool because you can see that really groovy mark underneath from my fabulous favorite brush and the rich gold that I got from Amazon. So these first 2 pages of week 5 are fabulous with our orange theme and our beautiful tones. Now remember, you don't have to use the bright screaming at you orange color. You can tone it down. You can put white with them or make it more muted or use the bronzes, or it's completely up to you. There's no wrong way to do this, right? There's no right way, there's no wrong way. There's just how you want to respond to the beautiful color and to the prompt and to the collages and see what you create. So don't get stressed out worrying if you're doing it right or wrong or what you can and can't put in, or that you don't like the color. Don't worry about all that. Just create art, paint yourself happy and have a good time. So we're going to move on now to the next 2 pages. I'm pretty happy with these. They are a little damp still, but you know, time waits for no man. We have to move on. We've got 8 to do, right? I'm clearly not going to get them all done today, but we're going to do another spread. Now, I really want to use this piece because I love it. It's a book text from a book that I ripped apart, old art book actually, but don't tell anybody. And I've painted it with some description of orange paint, and then I've put my fabulous circles on it, and I'm loving it, and I'm going to use it. So what am I going to put with it? I think I'll just trim a little bit off the top and off the bottom so the 3 circles fit on there. That looks pretty cool. Now the options are quite endless of what I can put with it because I have more orange papers than I realized. Look at that. I've even got one with my fabulous Tim Holtz stencil that I love. That looks like it's had quite a few prints. Yeah, look at that one underneath. That's another one underneath. Look at that. Yeah, see, you just keep going over your jelly prints. If they don't work, you just paint over them and put something else on it. Love it. I'm loving that colour's working, but what else do we want? Now that's some serious orange. I need something else, don't I? It's all a bit hectic. Oh, there's a piece. Hold the phone caller. What about some of this? Yes, that's got the orange tones in it. That is one of my favorite. Yeah, my script. Messy writing stencil. You know I love it. You know I love it there. I think I love it there even more than the other one that could have been there. Oh, that's not bad too. That's pretty nice colour. That could work. Then we could put something else on there. Maybe a strip of something. Maybe a strip of that. No, I'm bored with that now. That was quick. I'm not sure what else we're adding, but I think I'll just stick this lot down and then decide, because something brilliant will come to me once I start gluing this down. It's true. That's how it works. Creativity inspires creativity. So if you just get moving and start with what you've got and what you like, something else will develop as you're moving along. I'm telling you, it'll happen. You watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's coming. It's coming. Right, so I'm really happy with my background pages are looking beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. It's glorious. The beautiful warmth of orange is flooding over me. Now, I'm loving the multiple layers of the previous pages. I thought they worked really well. So, you know, I might have to pull out a few more bits and pieces. I'm loving this. It came from, you know, dipping the paper into the ink and letting it suck up. It's a pretty cool shape and it's a great color. Now, let me tell you what the color is, because I told Ricky the wrong color the other day. It's transparent burnt sienna. That's the color I use. Look at it. Glorious, like a burnt orange color. I love that color. Actually, that's my mum's favorite color, the burnt orange. Oh, she loves it so much. That is a glorious, glorious color. So that's what I sucked up this paper with. I'm really wanting to use some of this. Maybe I shouldn't have glued that down. I could have stink. I could have tucked it under it now. I can't do any tucking. Oh, well, too bad. So sad. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. A little piece of this, like that. Maybe we'll just tear it like here. Because I'm really liking the multiple layers today. It's just working for me. Making me happy. And that's the point. So what about if we just put that there? Because, there's the edge. There's the edge. Righto. Got to cut those bits off. Because I found the tiniest little piece of, ta-da, gossamer paper. Look at that. Tiny piece in my scrap bag when I was scrounging for something else. What do you think? Should we put it there or is it too much? Do you think it's too much? I'm liking the way it's got that black over there. It's kind of cool. I'm liking it. It might be too much, but you know, I'm a little bit too much for some people. So what's it matter? Awesome. I'm loving that. I'm just going to do it. That's fabulous. I don't know if I'm done yet. Just saying. I don't know. What about this side? We need something for here. You know what I'd like to do? I might put in a new stencil. Although that's a bit risky. Maybe I might come back to that idea. Okay, hold the phone caller. I'm coming back with a brilliant idea. Okay, so I gave the page a blast with the heat gun. They're not, you know, they're still touched wet. But I'm not good at waiting. So I put a piece of the beautiful aubergine textured paper on there because I'm just feeling it today. I'm loving the layers. I'm loving this color. I'm loving the texture. Man, I didn't realize I was so textural. This looks fabulous. It is still wet, definitely still wet. I don't know if I'm finished with that yet. And my brilliant idea was, hello, the beautiful PM Artist Studio stencils arrived today, my new ones. I'm a little excited. This is the Asemic writing. Which way does it go? That way or that way? I don't think it matters. Does it matter? Ooh, I'll get in trouble if it matters. No, I don't know. I'm liking it this way and I'm loving this pattern. It looks fabulous. This Asemic writing is so in right now. We have to use it. So I'm going to stencil it on there. Now, why this is a good idea only maybe is because I'm going to stencil it right on the page. If you stencil it onto a piece of paper and then collage it on your page, if it goes wrong or it doesn't turn out the way you want, you don't have to stick it on. But if you stencil it straight on, like I'm going to do, and you stuff it up, then you've got a lot more work to fix it. But rest assured, I can fix it if I stuff it up. Now I'm taping that because I only want 3 lines and not 4, and I'm good at making a mess. I am very good at that. So it is only just barely dry because I don't want to wait. Man, it looks awesome. Now my other tragedy was I went to pull out my Yahoo stencil butter and the flipping jar's empty. I mean, I don't know how that happened. How did that happen? Look at that. That's going to be fabulous right there, just like that. There's going to be one strip that's right on the beautiful aubergine. Loving that. And then there's going to be 2 strips that are next to it. And that's going to work really well. So look, I mean, that is a tragedy right there. Empty stencil butter. It's just as well I ordered some more then, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I put a little bit of the iridescent bronze fine. Righto, I'm going to do it. What I like about the stencil butter is that you can just open the pot if you've got enough in there, scoop it out, and away you go. You're straight on because it's nice and thick. I like the stencils thick. I like the paint. I'm not a politely dabbing kind of a person. I'm a carve it up with a palette knife kind of a person. So the stencil butter works for me, but only when it's not flipping empty. So I did put a touch of the iridescent bronze fine. And we'll see how we go. It'll be okay, right? Can only not work. Are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal? Da-da. Ta-da! Yes, that is beautiful. Thank you for my new stencils. I'm so glad they came today, just in time. It was perfect timing. So excited. That looks great. And because the bronzy color, yellowy bronzy color, looks good against the aubergine, I knew it would work against the beautiful orange tone. And I'm really loving that. I think that looks fabulous. So, you know, if you run out of one color, just chuck something else in it and away you go. Now that looks great. I'm really happy with that. And now this time I do have to let it dry properly because you can't rush those stencils. That's pretty cool design. Thanks, girls. I'm loving that. Now that is this one here, a Semic writing. Ta-da-ta-da. Have a look at the, oops, almost dropped it. I almost smudged my awesome stencil. Have a look at their online website. It's fantastic. They've got awesome stencils. I love them. And I love them when they come in time. What about this? Are we happy with this? Well, now that side's so fancy, that needs something. So let's, you know, rummage through the scrap bag. What about if we put some of the bronze on this side? Like, I know this is a little bit of a favorite, this piece. You know that's paper packaging, right? Hello. Yes, jelly printed onto paper packaging and then stenciled onto the jelly print on the paper packaging. And it's one of my favorite pieces that I keep pulling out and using because it works so well. What about we put a couple of these over there just to bring that bronze across to that side? Like that. What do you think? Yes or no? Who votes yes? Who votes? One signal for yes, 2 signals for no. Oh man, I'm liking it, I'm telling you. I'll be sad when this paper comes to an end. I've used it so much. I never thought I would use it so much because at the time I didn't think it was that brilliant. See, you never quite know what you might want to use. Don't give up on your gel prints too quickly. That's all I can say. Because when you get into a crazy, you know, let's make 100 collages type frenzy of a project, you might be surprised at what you pull out. What do we think? 3? Yes, we need 3. If we're going to do it, we're going to need 3. Yeah, I'm liking it because it brings that bronze over this side. It also repeats the beautiful shape there. And it gives a highlight to our gorgeous gossamer. I'm loving this. This has turned out better than I thought it was going to. That's okay. That's kicking, that stencil. And that looks fab. I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to let that dry. And we're done. Ta-da-ta-da! We did 4 pages today. Don't tell anyone we did 4. Because, you know, this whole one a day thing. Whatever. Trevor. We did 4 today. Happy with that. Now I'm going to let this dry overnight because it needs to. And then we shall continue tomorrow with the other pages. Okay, so the pages have dried up. Beautiful. I'm just loving these pages. So what are we doing today? Am I feeling a little dramatic? You know, I probably am. I wasn't so dramatic yesterday, but feeling a little bit more dramatic today. Now, there's been a little bit of discussion about what art journal to get. Get what makes you happy. I don't sell any products. I don't have any affiliations anywhere, so it doesn't matter to me. I love my one. It's a 8-inch square Dilutions Creative Journal. As you can see, it's starting to get rather fat. I'm not too worried about that. It's got this kind of cool piece there that when you shut the book, see how it's got enough space, knowing there's a gap between there and the actual spine. The spine may bust before I'm finished. I'm not really worried about it. Doesn't stress me at all because what I like about this particular journal, it comes with this elastic piece. So I can put the elastic around it. That'll close it. You know, it's expensive. But for me right now, It's an investment in my happiness, and it's worth it to me. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to fit 100 in this art journal, so I bought a black one. Ooh, for the second part of this journey. That's pretty exciting, and I'll probably create a lot differently with that. I put this little clip here because the page is a bit stiff, but you know, I'm loving it. Those kind of things don't stress me out. If it breaks and I got to use an elastic to hold it, do I care? No. What are we creating? That's the question. Now, I've been spraying madly with the ice inks because they are beautiful to me. And lovely Libby, hello Libby, you're a beautiful thing, you. She sent me some papers and she sent this. When she sent it to me, it was white. It's lovely. It almost looks like bubble wrap, but it's paper. You know, I could have printed with it before I painted it, but I didn't. I'm in a spraying everything with ice inks mode at the moment, especially at nighttime in my studio when it's all quiet, and I love it. This is honey with the ice inks. If you're in New Zealand, you can get the ice inks from Picture Stamps. They've got a Facebook page, and I'll put the link under the video. She just got a new shipment in, just telling you, because I may have ordered a few bottles. Just saying, if you're looking for them in New Zealand, she's got some right now. You know, just, you know, right now. Might not have in a few weeks' time when I'm finished shopping, but right now she's got them. So this looks like honeycomb. Isn't it fascinating? And because I am feeling a little dramatic today, I'm thinking I might use some of my beautiful black Angora lace. That'd be rather stunning. Oh, look at that. I know it's dramatic. I'm feeling it today, feeling it. I wasn't as dramatic yesterday, but I did like the layers I was playing with yesterday. Now, what are we going to add to it? We can add some more orange. I've got some piles over here from pulling them out of my boxes in the right tones. Of course, we've got some gold. Look at that. Oh, always works. Ah, I know what else I did last night. I did some more stenciling. So besides that fabulous stencil that I used yesterday, I also got these great stencils from PM Studio. Crosses. I forget what it's called. Something about Texas. I don't know, man. I don't know. But they're crosses, right? I'm loving them. I'm loving them. They're just awesome. I looked at them on the website and went, yes, please, because I know that they will work for my particular collages and the style that I like. So I did do some of that last night. I put some black on this gorgeous gold paper. That's been mark made on a jelly print, and then I've obviously painted over it, and now I've stenciled it. So don't worry about how many layers you put on the paper. That's a piece of rice paper, I'd say, Chinese rice paper. I bought it from Amazon in a big pack. This is tissue sprayed with honey ice inks, and then same two stencils in. That was the last remnant of my stencil butter in champagne gold, which I may have ordered some more. And this is the golden bronze fine. Look at the two different, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. And I mean, why would you create one page of stencils when you can create so many? This is the tea of the ice inks, white tissue, sprayed it. When that was dry, added stencils. You know, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm telling you, this is fabulous, fun. I know it just goes on. The stencil's amazing. I mean, look at the line. It's fantastic. So I'm going to use it today and probably in the next pages, maybe, because you know what happens when I get a new favorite thing? Besides the fact that I do so many prints with them, I'm just like, I've just got to use it, and I got to use it again. So I'm going to use some of this. I don't actually know which one, but you know, that's how we roll. We just make the stuff and then worry about the details later. I'm liking this. That's going to have to happen. Loving this stencil today. Look at that. It's so simple. Like the concept is a simple design, but it's so effective and it prints so well. Oh, love it. Maybe this, because that's going to sit well with that, right? See the colors? Lovely color palette. I'm loving it. What are we going to put with this then if we go with the pale version? You know, I'd really love some of this. I'd really love, oh, I love this paper. This beautiful camipaper.com marble, metallic, gold and brown in marble, something is called. You know, I'm feeling it. Let's do that. That's going to sit really well with this bronze color and the gorgeous honeycomb and the black. Yeah, that's going to work. All right, I'm going to stick that down, and then I'm going to put this down, and then we'll decide what highlights we're going to add to this. All right, let's do that then. Okay, so I've roughed up the edge. Oh, maybe a bit rough in some areas. Oopsie. Because I didn't want it to be so stiff and straight. I like things more organic. I like raw edges. So, you know, roughed it up like I was plucking a chicken. Not that I'd know how to pluck a chicken. Pretty much just pulled it off the edge there, so it's not so straight. I'm liking that better. Oops, not so much. Stop it. Stop it. Righto. So that's going to go there, okay? And I've ripped off a black one on this paper, which clearly was a mark making gel print that then had another layer of paint and a beautiful new stencil. I love new stencils. Oh my gosh. So that's going to go like that. So the question is, do we want another color and some more paper? Oops, that's a bit of a hole there. And if we do we want it under or over? And do we want the orange or the gold? The gold's clashing with the bronze, isn't it? Yes, I know, I hear you. Or do we want this one? That's hysterically red. Do we want the red? I don't know so much. I think I want it brighter than that, but not as much as that. So maybe, oh yes, the backside. And look how beautifully textured that is. All right, that one's the winner. Do we want it under or over? I'm liking that. We're going to stick that down like that. Now this side, I've put the beautiful gel print down. It is glorious. I'm telling you, at the moment, all of my problems are solved by spraying them with ice ink. You know, yeah, that's what I'm doing. If I've got any kind of problem print, I'm just spraying it with the ice inks, and it looks amazing. That looks amazing. I'm so happy with the color. You see a tiny bit, oops, of the stencil, not a heck of a lot. Now, what highlights do we want? So I've pulled out some things from my scrap bag. I have these glorious beehive paper. Yes, I sprayed it. Coffee, I know, I told you. Everything's solved by spraying it with ice inks. I have some more of this paper, which at the moment I'm loving. And I pulled out this for something interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have glued all that down. Oh man. So I'm thinking maybe some of this color on here. Although that side's pretty good too. Maybe. I'm just liking these numbers. They're quite fascinating. I don't really know if it's going to work, but it's just an idea. It's just an idea. Don't shoot me down just yet. It's an idea. I'm loving this, my coffee coloured beehive paper. And I'm thinking the numbers would look really cool under it. Something like that. What do you think? We're not going to go too far over the edge because it's getting a bit of a roll on it. But we could go to there and yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Righto, I'm going to glue that down because that's going to look really cool. You can just see a couple of the numbers there. That's pretty cool. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Loving all the fibers of this glorious paper. You know, this orange fibrous paper, it sat in my scrap box for years. I used it for something ages ago, and then the scraps of it have just been sitting in that box for now, right? So you really do need to, oops, don't poke at it too much. You really do need to pull out some of your papers that have been sitting in your boxes or your drawers or whatever for a while, because what are you waiting for? What are you saving them for? I mean, really? Now or never, baby. You don't even know. Nothing's a guarantee. The way things are going could all go to crap very fast. So, you better use up your art supplies. Just saying. It's now, baby. It's now or never. Just do it. Just do it. Loving that. It's beautiful. It's a great color. It's a great shape. I'm loving that print behind it. I'm telling you. It's my solution for everything. Just spray it with eyes inks. Right. That looks great. Can't wait to see how much will come through once that's dried. Love these little tendrils and fibers of that paper. That's beautiful. Love it. This is fabulous. It's all glued down. Again, I'm loving the fibers of that paper. The beautiful, warm, earthy tones. They really work for me. And right now, I'm just feeling it. And you've got to go with what you're feeling right now. That's where the best art comes from. Righto, so I let that dry. That's beautiful there. And what are we going to do on the last 2 pages? I mean, I'm going to need to pull out whatever it is that I desperately have to use in my beautiful orange series. Now, my beautiful pages are dry enough. They're only just dry. They're definitely a little damp. I did blast them with my heat gun, but they're dry enough for me to be able to turn the page, and I'm loving it. I'm just feeling it. Doesn't that look like bubble wrap? It totally does, but it's paper. Thank you, Libby. Absolutely love it. Now it looks like a honeycomb. You need to blast yours with ice inks, just saying. So I'm going to put the baking paper there so they don't stick, because they will stick if you don't put something there to stop them. And I also tend to spread the matte medium everywhere, so I do like to put the baking paper in. Now, if you want to make sure your pages aren't sticking through this whole process, put a little piece of baking paper in between them. Now, I wanted to use this print. I love it. And I was thinking about this one. I don't know if I'm going to stick with these ideas, but this was the initial spark of inspiration. So I tore some of this fabulous stencil of the crosses off this piece that was at the bottom. I'm pretty keen to use some of that. Not sure how it's going to go. And, oh, that looks pretty nice over there too. Just saying. I don't even know if I actually want to use this piece. It's a bit dark, but I'm loving the colors. Oh, man. Now I got to decide. I'm liking that. Man. I also pulled out a few more of the beautiful papers that I have. I'm loving this one. This mark making one. I'm really liking. I love these circles. Maybe if I move that over, I could put this on there. Oh, I could continue it onto that page. Yes, yes. Not a bad idea. This is really beautiful. That could work on there. I don't know. Maybe, baby. It's beautiful in the that is the stencil butter, champagne gold. That's pretty darn nice. Maybe I could trim that down to 1 row instead of 2. Maybe, baby. Maybe we need some roses. We always need some roses. So we have roses in tea, roses in honey, a gold rose, and a coffee. Yes, that looks pretty dramatic and nice. I'm loving that. We could even like put it over on the gold, the beautiful bronze crosses, so they could come through the middle. That works. All right. Seriously, it does. Not the gold because we're using the bronze. What about the honey? The honey's kind of cool too. Honey's not so dramatic. Am I feeling really dramatic? I don't know. Is that a trick question? What about the tea? I don't mind the tea. The tea's got a really nice tone to it with these other tones. So either the coffee or the tea. I don't know. Maybe I'll take the center out of both of them and then decide. Because I want this beautiful, the bronze crosses to come through. If I put it right there, I can see a beautiful X right there in that spot. So that's where it needs to go. The X marks the spot. That's fantastic. Righto. I think the coffee, it's beautiful. So maybe I'll trim up these papers and we'll think about whether or not I want this there. What about some of this? It's not bad. Yeah, it's not a bad option. You know, that could actually work. This has got a very slight shimmer spray on it. It was white. Yes, I did spray it. That could work, you know. That's not a bad option. That goes quite transparent, that paper. So it's a bit manky, but I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, okay. Do we want 2 rows of this or 1? I might take the middle bit out and then we'll look at it and think if we want the 2 bits or not. This is cool. I'm loving this mark making on this beautiful red, orange, bronzy color. And that, I don't know, there's something about the depth of that color that today that's working for me. That gives it a bit more of a brighter oomph. And, you know, we have to have this one because it's my brand new stencil. It looks amazing. All right, I'm doing it. I'll glue most of that down and then we'll see where we're at. Yay! There's beautiful mark making circles. They glued down really well. Yay! It's all looking rather beautiful. Now my coffee rose, I took the center out. It's kind of a cool shape. The question is, do we want 1 row of the glorious crosses or do we want 2? That's the question. Now it's going to go like that. 1 or 2? I'm thinking 1. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we have to have just 1 instead of 2. Are we getting a bit greedy? I mean, really. All right. We'll trim it down to 1. And then I get to have another piece for another day. Because, you know, that'll go in the scrap bag. And then one day I'll pull it out and I'll be like, oh, man, that was just the best bit. Righto, so that one's into the scrap bag. Now, again, I'll ask the question. Are we happy with 1? Yes, I am happy with that. Look, I like that X marks a spot. It's a good length. And then what about here? Am I going to leave that alone? I like this spiral paper underneath. Maybe I could have had more of it. All right, well, I'll glue that down. We'll think about whether or not we want something for there. I don't know, but what? That's the question. So the beautiful coffee rose is glued down. Does look like coffee, doesn't it? I think so. I love it. That needs to be trimmed off there. I think it's looking beautiful. I'm going to have to put something there because it just looks empty. But what? I could put the middle piece of the rose on here. I could put it, should I put it like the same? What about that idea? What about that idea? And then what about if we just go crazy? Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You said okay. You said do it. You said go crazy. Go on, go on. I heard you. You said go crazy. So my idea was, of course, that's a bit flat by itself, but what about if we sprayed it? I know. This could end badly. Just letting you know, before you go ahead and do crazy ideas like this, just know, highly possible, it could end badly. However, I am never worried about things like that, but I will prepare myself by getting some paper towel. Just in case it does end badly. Because I'm thinking, I'm loving the texture. I really am. But I want to do something wild on it. This is pretty nice too. So what about we spray it with gold mine? I know. Hello, it is a gold mine. Look at it. Look at it. It's amazing. Ah, I only have this bottle and I've run out of the shimmer spray, clearly. So I'm thinking, let's just spray it. Let's just go crazy. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, I've got to get it in the right ruddy spot. More? Okay. More. Oh, man, I should have got my water. Oh, I need my water. Hold the phone, caller. I honestly can't tell you if this idea is a good one or not. But I do know I can salvage it if it doesn't work how I want. I'm not worried about that. Ooh, you see? Sometimes you just have to go a bit crazy. I'm liking it. I'm just feeling it. Let's go up that way a bit. Oops, this is just water, by the way. Oh, yes. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little crazy. It's the world. It's making me crazy. All right. So clearly I'm going to need to leave that to dry. But we'll see how beautiful and gold our gold mine is. I'm liking it. It should just be a lovely spray like that and dripping down. I'm liking that. That makes me feel a lot happier. All right, well, I better leave my gold mine to dry. I'm pretty excited about that. The colours are glorious. I'm just loving those colours. Yay. That's beautiful. All right, leave it to dry and I'll show you when it's dried. Yay. Does that side need some? Okay. I'm backing away from the art journal. See me move, I'm moving. So yes, the page did dry up eventually. And I finished it last night, probably while you were sleeping. Now, you saw me spray the beautiful gold on here, and I loved it. I loved the line of it running down. I loved how it looked, but it still wasn't enough. I wasn't satisfied. So last night, I put this beautiful stencil in the bright orange because I thought this is the orange week, and I wanted to finish the series of beautiful collages with a bright pop of orange. And I'm really happy. It's glorious. That's a Tim Holtz stencil. I masked off some of the shapes and just stenciled these three, and I love it. Love it, love, love it. And I was happy for 10 minutes. And then I'm like, yeah, what else can I do? So I put some black ink around the edge of that piece of circle. That piece of circle was the bit I took out of the middle piece of that. And I dropped in some black ink, and then I put on some powdered pigment. Yes, I know. I didn't film it because it was really late and you were asleep, and that was that. So now it's all dried. It's fabulous. I'm loving this page. I didn't love it, but I had to keep working on it until I did. And really, that's the key. If you've got something that you're working on and you're not happy, just keep going on it until you are happy. I mean, I could have left it without all that, but I would never have been satisfied. Now, I'm really happy with it. I love the beautiful pop of orange. I think this is really interesting. Maybe a little Aztec looking. I don't know. It's got, I can see the swirl pattern underneath there. The stencil looks fabulous. I'm loving the mark making of the gel prints, and now it all looks really good. I think this bit really contributes to this piece over here because it's kind of mirroring the dark circle, and I love this jelly print background. My new stencils from PM Artist Studio are looking stunning. X marks the spot. I mean, I'm loving these pages. Now I'm loving these pages, but it took me quite a bit to actually get to that point with this one. So give yourself some time and just keep working on it until you get to a place where you're happy. Yay, even if it is through the middle of the night, that's okay. That's just what it means to be an artist. Yay. Okay, so week 5, orange is now complete. That is very exciting. Let's have a look at the pages. Yay, this was 1 and 2. They're really different, aren't they? I'm trying to really branch out and do some different techniques with the collaging because, 100 is quite a lot. We don't want to keep doing the same things. I'm loving these textures. It was all very textural this week. I don't know, I was just feeling it, the textural marks. I love the loose kind of raw edge of that. The beautiful aubergine paper. I'm loving both these pages. I think they look great. Oh, loving these too. This is my new stencil. That asemic writing is fabulous. There's my same Tim Holtz one that I keep flogging out because I had like 20 sheets of that particular stencil and the print, and I'm loving it. Little bits keep poking up everywhere. And my tiny bits of the gossamer paper that I have left. Oh man, so wish I could get another sheet of that. The beautiful Julie stencil, that's my fave. I'm loving these 2 pages. I was going to say that these are my favorite 2 of the series, but then when I turn it, I'm like, I'm thinking these are my favorite 2 because this depth of color of the honeycomb against the black and this dramatic stencil, I'm feeling it. I just am. And I love this metallic bronze marble paper. I really love the way I put the lettering under there. I think that's beautiful. The background color is glorious. I'm telling you, just spray everything with eye inks. That's not quite working. And it's fabulous. Loving this. I just love the texture. Thank you, Libby, so much for sending me that piece of paper. Look at it. It's glorious in the honey of the eye inks. Yeah, I love it. I love the textual elements. What can I say? And then the last 2, and then we're done. 8 beautiful collages inspired by orange, theme of our 100 days of collage. I'm so excited. I think this is coming along so beautifully. My book is still holding together. And yay, I'm just loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing in the Facebook group. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. That Facebook group is the best. There are so many fabulous collages being put up in that. And it's just a lot of fun to hang out and chat with other people that are totally into it. That's really fun. So that's us for this week. Yay. Join me again next week, Sunday in the studio. We are continuing our 100 days of collage and we're up to red, orange. What's the next one? I mean, you should have worked it out by now. Hello. I think the yellow might be quite a challenge for me. I don't have a lot of yellow jelly prints, so we might have to make something for that. Although the gold is pretty yellow gold, so, maybe I'll bust out more my gold jelly prints. There's quite a few of those. Yeah, that could work. I'm feeling it. Anyway, I loved having you part of this whole series and being in my studio and hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed making these collages, and I can't wait to see what you're going to put in the Facebook group. Yay! Have a good week. I'll see you next Sunday, and yay, keep creating.